Hello, we are just setting up for the 1111 portal gate. We're going to walk through the portal gate. So just give me one moment while we set all of this up. All right, we're going to go live on TikTok as well. All right, I want to welcome you to the 1111 portal. We are going to walk through the portal gate. So we've got TikTok, we've got YouTube. So I'm going to set up what the 1111 portal is. We're going to have guides coming through channeling. We're going to also take you through 3 rituals that you want to utilize throughout this portal period. So whether you want to utilize them all today or you want to utilize them in consecutive days, so the 11th, 12th, and 13th during that period. Either way, this is going to allow for you to get really clear on what it is that you're creating for your life in 2026, what it is that you need to let go of, what is not aligned with your soul, what is not coming with you. It is really the best time for us to be tapping into our soul truth, and the veil is super thin, so we get to do that. And that really illuminates what our shadow is, what is holding us back, our limiting beliefs, the people, the environments that are all holding us back in 2025 energy and not coming with us in 2026 energy. So if you see me looking between the screens, I obviously have my notes, and we've got YouTube and we've got TikTok going live. So what is the 1111 portal? Obviously, it is the 11th of November. And in numerology, 11 is spiritual mastery. It is intuition. It is our connection with divine and the quantum realm. Now, let's amplify it because it is 1111. Now, for those that just want to say it's just a number on the calendar, that's fine. But the truth is, because we have millions of people around the world connecting with this veil being thin and the quantum energy, that collective agreement in the collective energy that we all share, it means that we have greater access to the quantum realm. Now, we always have access to that quantum realm. We have access every moment of our existence and being. But within the human collective that we have created and subscribed to, we feel that we aren't connected to our soul. We feel that we are not connected to the quantum realm. So therefore, when we have millions of people subscribing and aligning to today, saying that we have a more clearer connection, the veil is thinner, that collective energy means that it is. This is quantum physics. So even if you think that it is just a date on the calendar, let's play with that energy. This is an opportunity, even for the haters, to connect to their soul alignment and purpose. So what is walking through the portal gate? That is utilizing this time, but this is a defining moment. We obviously have 1111. This is a very poor example. We're going to walk through that gate with that soul alignment, knowing who you are, what you're here to do, the impact you're here to have, the life you are meant to hold and experience. So when you walk through that gate, you are renewed. You have your mind, body, soul in alignment with the life that you are creating. So when you go through those rituals to do just that. And you can see this as a marker point that this is a defining moment. Now, we also have 7 weeks between now and the end of the year. So you can utilize this time as the momentum building for 2026. So how many people will set their intentions on New Year's or coming up to New Year's, they step into 2026 or whatever the new year is, and then within a few weeks, they're back to where they started. So if you utilize this momentum time of calibrating more and more and more to the becoming her energy, as I like to call it, that is your soul alignment, living your soul blueprint, you're going to step into 2026 feeling so much more empowered because you're going to have the neural pathways. You're going to have the nervous system that's calibrated. Your energy is going to be calibrated to the life that you are wanting to create in 2026. So this is the best 7-week time to lead you into that. Obviously, Bali and construction, if you can hear that. So let's just do a little settling in. So that's just like the overview. Let's just do a little settling in and grounding for a moment. Wherever you are, just take a deep breath. And as you're breathing in to the bottom of the belly. And as you're breathing, I want you to feel how the body expands on the breath in. And how it softens on the exhale. And as you're breathing and you're drawing your breath in and down, I want you to lengthen and deepen the breath. Starting to notice where there's tension in the body, where there's tightness, where there's stiffness. And breathing into these places now. So whether it's your neck, your shoulders, your back, your jaw, just breathing into these places. And as you're breathing, I want you to feel quantum energy, divine light, angelic energy, however you feel your association with the quantum realm. I want you to feel that in every breath. And feeling these places of tension in the body, in the being, receiving exactly what they need. Knowing that the quantum realm, being source, being creator, being universe, knows exactly what you need. So feel this tension, this stress, this overwhelm, frustration that you may be feeling. Receiving the exact medicine that it needs to feel safe, to release, and to let go. And really breathe that in. Really receive that. You can feel your cells, your muscles, your organs, your skin, everything in your body opening and receiving the exact medicine and nourishment that it needs from infinite source, creator, universe, the quantum realm. It's all the same thing. Now I want you to extend that to your whole being, your whole energy field. Feel that now surrounding you. And notice the texture that you feel. Do you feel lighter? Does it feel tingly? Or does it feel heavy? Just notice what you feel as you receive the medicine from the quantum realm throughout your entire being and energy field. Whether it's protection, guidance, to feel seen and to feel heard, to feel supported. Or maybe it's some other nourishment that your being needs. And as you're in that energy of receiving, I now call in all of our guides of the highest truth, love, light, and compassion. We call them into the space, our shared fields, and also surround each and every person that is viewing this live and the replay. This could be their guides, their ancestors, those that are going to support their highest timeline. See if you can feel your guide team around you and notice how their energy feels, the frequency. See if you can notice any texture change in the field around you. Or it could just be a simple knowing or a remembrance that comes up from within you. We ask everybody's guide team to work with them today with the 1111 portal, to support them walking through the portal gate and support them in each and every day as they continue to move towards their highest timeline. You will guide them, you will support them, you will usher the way. And bringing in their own intuitive knowing, their own instinctual knowing along the journey as well. And so it is. Oof. Okay, that feels so good. Just coming back to the room. I could feel the energy starting to really swirl around as I was tapping into that. It was really beautiful. It was coming through very sparkly energy, which we love. Okay, so to jump into the 3 rituals that we have for the 1111 portal. Now, I have designed these. I work with my own spirit team on this based on the Becoming Her program that I have. So you can jump into the Becoming Her activation week. You can find that on my profile. It's only $27. It's a week-long transformational portal journey that it'll take you on to really set you up for 2026. And it really speaks to the mind, body, soul aspects as well. It's very integrated. I love how my support team, my guide team always has it be a very holistic and integrated process. So first, before we actually jump into ritual 1, I just want to say that you may be finding as the veil thins that there is a lot of frustration energy. There's a lot of distortion coming up. There can be a lot of a bit of anger or sadness or deep pain, resentment that wants to come up and through. So for some people, they may be really high and having all of these angelic, like vibrant experiences. But those on the other side of the spectrum may be having a lot of shadow coming to light. I personally had that on Sunday night. I was out for dinner with my best friend. We got only share plates, so we shared everything, and I got severe food poisoning, which I'm still coming out of now. So I was going through a massive purge. I know exactly what was being purged and is not coming with me as I walk through the gate. It's something I've been working with for the last month or so very actively. So it was the last of that coming out. So while it's been very uncomfortable, I'm very grateful for that as well. So if you are finding that you're extra frustrated, that you're extra annoyed, or things just aren't clicking into place and it's more than Mercury retrograde, know that it is something that probably wants to be looked at. It is something within you that is coming to light for a reason, because the more we are in alignment with our soul blueprint, our soul frequency, because that is truth, that is source, then what is not that, which is human programming, which is distortion, which is limiting beliefs, which is our old trauma stuck in the body, all of that has to be purged and released. It has to go somewhere. Otherwise, we know that it lives in the being, it lives in the body, it lives in the fascia, it lives in our skin, it lives in our organs. So unless we're having physical releases of that and we're getting really radically honest with ourselves and we're facing what needs to be faced, to be let go of, then we're going to continue carrying that. It's going to continue to live in the body. It's going to continue to hold us back from us stepping into our purpose and our worthiness. And I'm going to give you ritual 2 that is going to take you through exactly that. Okay, so let's jump in, shall we? Ritual 1. All right, so identifying your soul blueprint. Now, I have created a guide on my Instagram, so modern_intuitive. You can find the guide there. I also created a whole podcast episode, so Modern Intuitive Podcast. So you can find the latest episode there. It takes you through all of these rituals, but of course, we're going to go through them now. So during the portal period, I want you to create a safe and sacred space. So this is for all of the rituals. So this is going to be the place where you can really drop in, where you can really tap in, where more of your soul can come online, more of your radical honesty can come online, because you are going to feel safer. So in that, I want you to grab your journal and I want you to ask your inner knowing. So this is allowing your inner knowing to move the pen. So when we are speaking from our inner knowing and we're wanting to do channel writing, you want the pen to do the talking. Imagine that it is wherever you perceive your inner knowing, usually it's in the gut, that place is speaking. So there's no need to have it grammatically correct. There's no need to have all the spelling correct, or for the, your writing to be neat and tidy. Just get the words down and out. So this is what I want you to ask your inner knowing. In 2026, what am I here to experience and do? What impact am I called to have, and with who? Where am I meant to go? What are my deepest desires for 2026? I want to embody ... fill in the blank. You can explore some other prompts, but what we're wanting to do is get really clear on what it is that you are here to experience and to express. What are you meant to create in the world? How are you meant to move and interact with the world? We want to get really clear on your vision for 2026. And then create a visual representation of this. So whether it's Canva, whether it's phone backgrounds, whether it's laptop backgrounds, you may want to go old school vision board, or maybe you want to go on Pinterest, create a Pinterest board, whatever is going to capture the vibrational essence of what it is that you're wanting to create. We want to have more neural pathways coming online of exactly that soul knowing expression starting to come into physical form. So this one, ritual 2, you're going to have to get radically honest. And the more honest you're willing to become, the more you're going to be able to release and hold space for what it is that you are creating. So I want you to get very, very comfortable in your journal, in your safe and sacred space. I want your inner knowing to answer the following question. And I want you to get really into the detail here. So this is not just a one sentence answer. This could be pages worth. So get very radically honest with yourself. What's been holding me back and is no longer coming with me into 2026? So we could add here, who has been holding me back? What environments drain me? Where do I know better and I continue to play small? So getting radically honest in all the ways that you are continuing to hold yourself back, all of your limiting beliefs, all of the programming, your family programming, societal's programming, what's on the news, etc. Get radically honest and purge it all onto the page. And where you feel some resistance, and we all have that, keep going. Keep going because, again, the more honest we can be, the more we're able to purge. Therefore, the more light we're able to hold on the other side, and we have less being held back. Then, my favorite part, I want you to burn it. And if you can't burn it, just rip it up. But there is such a ritual in seeing it burn or dissolve, because then we can see all of this stuff that has been holding me back, that is no longer coming with me, is now gone. It is alchemized. And I want you to have a salt bath. Go for an ocean swim if you have access to the ocean. And if you don't have access to any salt water, just have a shower and feel the water cleansing you. Feel it moving through your whole energetic field, flushing through all these things that you're now purging and letting go of. Oh, sorry, just another point I want to make. When you're seeing what you're releasing being ripped up or burnt, I want you to then feel white light in the being, filling up the space that was the limiting beliefs and what has been holding you back. Okay, so then ritual 3. So we've obviously identified what it is that you're creating and wanting to step into in 2026. We've then released what has been holding you back and filled that with white light and cleansed the energy field. We then want to embody her or him, them. We're embodying our highest self. So as we step into ritual 3, I want you to get very clear on what it means to be fully expressed as your highest self. If your highest self was stepping into human form, how would they express themselves? How do they move? What are they wearing? Where do they spend their time, their attention, their energy? What beliefs do they hold? Who are they surrounded by? What work are they doing? Really think about that, because we can really start to see the energetic difference, the vibrational difference between where we are and how we're living, and how our higher self would live without all the fears and the programming and the holding back that we subscribe to in the human realm. And what I want you to do is to commit to taking at least one action today as them. So if you're embodying your higher self and you've gotten clear on how they would live in the human realms, what action can you take today? And then another tomorrow, and then another on Thursday, and another on Friday, et cetera, rolling through into 2026. What action would they take and commit to making it? Now, this could simply be not being on the phone at night and scrolling, and getting to bed earlier. It could be moving your body more. It might be reaching out to somebody. It might be signing up for a program. It could be finding who would be an ideal mentor and just reaching out and saying, hey, could I, chat to you for 5 minutes. Move yourself closer to embodying your higher self in the human realm. And as you're doing so, I want you to affirm, it is safe and I am ready to embody and become her today, or them or him, replace as necessary. This is my destined reality, and I step in and I claim it now. Because what can happen is when we start to move towards our highest timeline and we start to move towards that life that actually is the one that is, it's the one that we're here to live, and it's the one that we want so much, but we put so much pressure on it. We feel that we can't have it. There's so much distance and distortion between where we are and where we think that we want to be, where we know we want to be. Because of that pressure, it doesn't feel safe. The ego has put it on such a pedestal. We can't have that. What do you mean? People in our life don't have that. Our family doesn't experience it. All the things from ritual 2 want to come up. So we have to allow ourselves to feel that safety in that expansion, in that new territory. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock, we love, which means new beginnings. So as you are expanding, really checking into the body, where am I lacking safety? Where do I need more safety? And ensure that you're giving yourself exactly what you need to do that. And if you feel that you've got to go back through ritual 2, keep doing that. Keep purging out everything that has been holding you back. And we have to take responsibility for it. The truth is, our life and our experience, we may have had things happen to us, certainly as children, but we got thunder happening. We have to take responsibility, radical responsibility for changing our lives as adults. It is within your power to go within and to heal the shadow, to give your body what it needs, to give your nervous system, your inner child, what it needs to be able to move forward, to really embody the life that you know that you're here to live. And then closing out 2026, setting the intention that you will show up each and every day, taking at least one step closer towards embodying your higher self. Because as you got clear on ritual 1, what it is that you're here to live and experience and the impact you're here to have, it's going to get so much clearer in your physical reality where these things are. And as you take a step towards them and you take another step, you're going to start closing the gap. You're going to close the gap in your nervous system, in your subconscious, and in your energetic field. So continue moving closer. And again, knowing that within the next 7 weeks that you really can set up such incredible momentum to take you into an incredible 2026. Now, I'm going to get into some channeling in a moment and reading the collective energy, but it is very, very clear that we have some pretty wild and crazy energies coming up next year as we get closer to disclosure, and we've got more and more weird government things going on, and we have more and more people coming online spiritually and knowing their truth and gaining more and more sovereignty. It's going to get very testy and it's going to get very interesting. So the more we're able to be connected to ourselves and our worthiness and the life that we are here to create, the positive effect, the ripple effect that we end up having towards everybody else, we get to bring others on this journey with us. But also, more importantly, we get less rocked and we get less swayed by the external drama. Like, I like to think if we had as many people spiritually online as we have now back in 2020, how differently that would have gone. Okay, I'm going to drop in, see what spirit and our guides have to say. I'm going to set the intention of receiving guidance for those that are viewing both the live stream and the replay, both on TikTok and YouTube and wherever else this may spread. Collective energies and guidance that would be of service for them today. Okay, the first thing I'm seeing is around March, April-ish, there's going to be a little bit more chaos coming. Now, it feels quite rocky, so I'm not sure if that's like a physical environment rockiness, or whether it's like a volcano potentially, or there is just lots of trembling and unsettled landscape and territory. I'm now seeing America, so whether it's politically driven in America. But what it also feels like, it's not either party, it's just like people energy. It feels like it's going to be quite unifying, actually. I don't see it being necessarily devastating, but there's going to be something around, when we read the timeline, it's kind of like the 15th of March-ish, 16 March, 15, 16 March, there is going to be something that does rock people initially, and then it's going to be bringing people together. But it's such an invitation for us to, as we know, keep coming back into our collectiveness, knowing what our soul truth is. It's going to be a falling away of more illusion. And some people might also have trouble with this. So is it maybe a bit of disclosure stuff happening? They're really not showing me what it is. Okay, it feels like it could potentially, okay, that makes sense. Throughout our collective humanity, we of course have many people that are more and more and more awakening, and we have many people that are digging in their heels, and they're absolutely not. Everyone's got free will to do what they want with that. But eventually, of course, more and more of their soul is going to call them towards awakening, because that is what is true. It feels like whatever happens around mid-March next year, it feels like there's going to be, it's not at a political level, like at a collective level, at a familiar level, at a friendship group level. It's going to be like a butting of heads. I feel like it's very much a turning point for humanity. There's going to be more and more of these coming anyway, so they'll have their chance later if they're not ready to accept this one. If people aren't going to be willing to see whatever this truth is, of course they're going to dig their heels in. So if you find that people are going to be laughing in your face, it does feel a bit disclosure related. It's definitely light. Well, they absolutely will not show me what this is, though. They will not show me. So obviously I'm not meant to know. We're not meant to know what it is. But if you find that you are coming up against people who are resisting and denying, calling you crazy, let them. It's just not their time. They're not ready. But know that more and more, enough of us are on that side of the coin, so we're going to be okay there. I mean, we've been seeing that anyway since 2020, obviously, but this feels like the scales are tipping far more in the light direction. But there's going to be some hostility around whatever this is. Seeing like spitfiery kind of energies of people getting online and just like doing what they do and just having their outburst. Let them, ignore them, honestly, because they're going to start speaking into more and more and more of a void. Because less people are going to engage in that, and people are also getting more bored of that kind of energy. So now we're going to go back into now. So I think they wanted to set up a framework for the next 6 months or so that's going to lead up to moments like that. So we're going to go back into the now timeline. So basically it's saying that more of our boldness and willing to be soul-led and speaking the truth in the face of conflict, or I want to say conflict, is going to be more and more required of us. And as I'm saying this, I'm actually going to want to cry. It's like really moving through. Because if we want to be expressing the light, expressing soul truth from an embodied place, it's going to require us to speak that light in the face of darkness, to speak that light in the face of distortion. Now, this is not to become hostile or have projecting war energy or hatred in any way, shape, or form. It's to hold the light and to speak the truth and maintain that place of being poised and connected. And that is actually how we have the most impact. So if people are wanting to get hostile on the internet and getting a little crazy, know that that's how they have to release and purge that kind of energy, because who wants to hold that vibration in the being? Absolutely not. But if we can be centered and offer a new perspective, and again, more of this is going to be required, so it feels like this is almost like a recruitment drive, actually. and a willingness to be the voice of love. Now, not to bypass, we have to go through our own shadow purges as well. We're not going to project that onto the world. We take personal responsibility for that, and we lead with light. We lead with a new solution and new direction. So if you're watching this live, if you're tuning into this segment, you know there's a part of you that is being called to step forth as a spiritual leader, as a guide, to have a positive impact on humanity. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a spiritual teacher. It could simply be that in your conversations with your family, your friends, your network, your colleagues, you are being that voice of truth, of love, of light. And you're giving people another way, another perspective, another timeline to choose to embody and move towards. So this is what really feels like the 1111 portal activation is allowing more truth, allowing more light, allowing that in the being, and then also to be expressed and be seen. To no longer hide it in the shadows or to share little snippets and tidbits that have been quote unquote socially safe. If we want to see a new world, we have to embody that. We have to be that. We have to move that way. We have to move through the world. And the benefit of being connected to source in that way and moving through the world is you do get to have a life that is a ritual one, that is more soul aligned, that is more of your expression that you are here to be and to experience because you're living closer to the light and to source. So manifestation is so much quicker and more rapid. And I experience that every single day living in Bali, and all the things I had to go through and close out. It's been a massive almost 2 years for me in that process of cleansing everything that is no longer me, the Melbourne version of me, to fully ground here in my purpose, in this expression, and even showing up live doing this. Once upon a time, I could not have done this because I was too scared to be judged, to be seen, to be ridiculed. But this is my truth. This is my soul's purpose. This is to be a light on the path. And you in your life, in your soul expression, in your soul's encoded path, your uniqueness, you get to do the same. So the more you can allow that light to move through you, to speak through you, to show you where to go and what to wear and what to say, the more impact you're going to have and the more fulfilling life you're going to receive. So don't be afraid. They're coming through very strong now. Don't be afraid to be seen in your uniqueness. Do not be afraid, it's making me want to cry, to be seen in your authenticity. The vulnerability required to be seen in those frequencies is truly divinely guided and supported. So if you've been holding yourself back from putting certain work into the world, ritual 2, purge and release all of that. The right community will find you. Your people will find you. Your clients will find you. Your collaborators, co-creators will find you. They're now showing me very clearly the requirement of discernment, which of course we know. There's having discernment within ourselves. What is really not serving you and holding you back? And I'm seeing it specifically on like how much people are scrolling, how much we're engaging with outside influence. So it's external information coming in rather than internal information being shared outwards. And I get it, we all love a scroll, you know. I mean, I'm going live on 2 streams right now. Like, I love technology. But how much is that influencing and deterring and distracting and detracting us from who we truly are and what we're meant to be and experience and the impact we're here to have? So to recap all of that, it feels like in March there's going to be a very strong calling forth in what feels like a spiritual war that we're in. It's going to require us to no longer play small, to keep quiet, to hide in the shadows. Like, yeah, do my spiritual stuff in the closet. No. It's going to be very required for you to speak the soul truth, the higher truth, the light truth, the quantum knowing, and to not be afraid to do that. It's going to be very, very necessary that we have enough people doing that, embodying that. And the more you're able to step into who you are here to be every single day, even one step at a time. I have the kitty cat wanting to come out. The more we are going to embody our truth, and our people will find us. Our community will find us. Our clients will find us. Oh, that actually was like so strong as that was coming through. It's very clear that there's no more playing small. It's very clear that we are here to have an impact, and it's necessary that we embody more light truth and share that with the world. And you can start with just having maybe an anonymous social page, or maybe it's just sharing it with your friends or your closest circle. But the scales are tipping, and it's necessary. And it's going to be a very interesting time leading up to whatever is happening around in mid-March. I guess we're going to find out. All right, my loves. Thank you so much for joining the activation. I hope this has served you well. If you want to see the full 1111 portal guide, you can find that on my Instagram at modern_intuitive. There's also my podcast episodes of the Modern Intuitive podcast. So you can find the latest episode there that gives you the full guide on working with the portal energy. Of course, you can watch the replays. And if you want to take this a step further, you can get my Becoming Her Activation Week. It is literally only $27. It is a 5-day transformational portal. It will take you through so much more than what I've given through the portal period. And it will literally set you up for the most magical 2026. And in fact, it'll set you up forever, but it's just been designed to work that way. But it'll very much take you through aligning with your soul's purpose and giving you the tools and steps and the internal architecture to be able to create that and to hold it and to sustain it as well. So I want to give you so much gratitude for showing up for yourself and for your guides for stepping in and working with you through this portal, through the guidance that they gave us, and they will continue working with you as well. And if there's anything that you want to share with me, of course, you can reach out at any time. All right, guys, enjoy the portal. Bye.